My wife always tried to test my love. She asked me recently if I would take a bullet for her. And the thing with that, for one, is she runs with a pretty rough crowd. So, yeah, it's probably going to happen. I told her yes, though. But honestly, the only reason I said yes was because, like, I don't know how fast a bullet is. You know, exactly, right? But it's pretty fast. Like, you don't hear a gun go off and you're like, oh, I should get over there and get in front of that. Right? It doesn't. All I gotta do is, like, I'll be like over here and then she'll get shot. So then once she goes down, I just gotta dive, like, right after. So I'll die, then I'll be like, did I get it? I'll feel around. And I know her, all right? We've been together a long time. She's gonna be pissed about it. And she's like, no, you didn't get it. Like, you get nothing. I'm like, all right, so we're in a fight now. I'm like, all right, well, maybe that wasn't reasonable to ask me to do. You ever think of that? It's a bit unrealistic, all right? How fast could I possibly be? If you want to ask a realistic question of your spouse to protect you, you should be like, hey, would you take a sword for me? That's much more realistic. You're going to see a sword. If you ever get stabbed by a sword, you knew you were near a sword for at least half an hour. No one pulls a sword out, and you're like, I didn't know you had that sword. No, everybody, we all knew, all right? Sword people are the worst. I went to, I'm a big fan of, like, Walmart and stuff. Like, it's probably obvious. I think outside of L.A. and New York, everybody likes Walmart except, like, them. I'm way on board. I like my stores to do good everywhere, and a lot of people don't like Walmart. I get it. It's like big business. Like, it kills the mom and pop shops. But really, Walmart, I mean, they were a mom and pop shop at some point, and then they got their act together and became unbelievable. So I was like, I'm going to just ride these guys out. They're always open. Walmart, they never close. Mom and pop shops close for no reason. You just go in there, you're like, why are you closed today? Like, we're sad. You're like, all right. I don't even know if there's a sign for that. Walmart, you could shoot the entire staff. It would be an hour of confusion, and they'd be up and running again. That's how great Walmart is. Yeah, got a pretty nice little system down there. Nice little something to do. I went to a Kmart the other day. Now, I do look down on Kmart. I'm not a Target guy. I'm not an ass. I'm not better than everybody, but I'm in the middle. It goes Kmart, Walmart, Target. I think that's all common knowledge. I'm not splitting the atom up here. That's no one wants to go to Kmart. So I went in. You ever go into a store though, and like you think someone works there because like whatever they're wearing just matches everybody else? So I had that at Kmart, but it was actually worse because I walked up to this guy and I go, hey, buddy, do you know where the razors are at? And then the guy goes, what? I don't work here, dude. So I was like, oh. And then I looked at what he was wearing because I was like, oh, I made a mistake. And then he was wearing a football jersey. So it was like way obvious he did not work there. So I didn't look at his clothes at all. I judged his face and figured his face worked at Kmart. But even when he was like, I don't work here, I was like, come on, man, you probably have an idea of where they're at, though. Like, if this was your Kmart, where would you put it? I'm from Tennessee, and I went to college in Tennessee. I went to community college for 1 year, and I don't have one credit to show for it, which is worse than not going. Like, if you don't go, you're like, I didn't even want to go. I wanted to go, and they didn't even give me a credit. I had to take remedial classes, which remedial basically means they're like, look, we have no idea how your high school let you leave, all right? We are shocked about it, actually. We're going to look into it. Until then, here are some classes you can take that affect no one. I took math as a class. Literally, I bought a book that said math on it in college. I took reading as well. Yeah, reading. I drove to that class. You know what that's like? I've driven to a reading class, not even an immigrant. I'm from here. I should have knocked that out years ago. Reading, they're just impressed you made it. They're just like, look who made it today, buddy. You're like, well, you guys. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's like a prostitute here. I would figure some of you, most of you. All right. All of you? Oh, well, all right. No. If, here's it's a rough time for prostitutes because, one, the economy is not that good. And if you're a prostitute in New York, you're getting murdered. So that's a lot too, you know. But if I was always like, they did just have a bunch of prostitutes get murdered in New York, and I was thinking like when a cop goes and walks up on someone that's been killed, it sucks because you have to go. I mean, the person's dead, that sucks, but then you got to go tell the family, and that's like horrible news. But if it's a prostitute, that's double the bad news. You got their family doesn't know they're a prostitute. So you got to go up and be like, oh, yeah, your daughter's dead. And it wasn't going that good to begin with because she was a prostitute. So, yeah. But I thought about it. I go, all right, if you have to do that, I think the best way to go about it is like you should, like when you go to the door, open with the prostitute thing. Kind of get the ball rolling a little bit. You know, you're like, look, sir, I hate to say this, but your daughter was a prostitute. Because then every father's going to freak out. And like, I can't believe I'm gonna kill her. Then you're like, oh, that's actually, that is it. It's crazy that you brought that up without me saying it. I don't believe in science. I just it's like I don't understand it, so it's easier not to believe in it. It's just it's a quick. They could be making stuff up, you know. I read that they said like cockroaches are like 350 million years old, and it's like, are they, or do you know? I don't know how to go figure that out, because that's what I think you're doing. I think you know that I wouldn't even have a clue to start to figure that out, or want to. So you're just throwing numbers out at me, and I just go, all right. I guess that's what they told y'all in school. Pluto's not a planet. It's not been a planet for a while. That's how long I've been out of science. Because once they did that, they're like, you can't just jam Pluto down my throat my whole life, and then right when I get out of school, you're like, we were just kidding about Pluto. That affected me, you know? Like, in elementary school, I got a C because I forgot to put Pluto. And turns out I should have got above an A. That's what I should have got. I should have probably been teaching the class because I nailed it years ago. I never believed in Pluto. So, said it's too far. I go, you guys will see. Yeah. I just went to Honduras recently. And I have no idea where Honduras was at. We did a USO tour. There's troops there. That's where it's going down next. And that's what they told me. So I wouldn't say anything about it. But it's pretty low key. But it's going to, just let it happen. I went there. I was at the airport. I told the guy, I was like, hey, I'm going to Honduras. He was like, what city? I was like, I'm just learning right now that's not the name of the city. So, I don't know. Wherever people go. I land. A guy picks us up. He's driving us to the army base. He's giving us like a rundown of everything. And he was like, look, there's a couple things you gotta look out for. When you go to bed at night, you gotta check your bed for spiders, because they hide in there. So he's basically just like, you're not gonna sleep. And then he's like, there's a lot of snakes too. So when you walk around, just keep an eye out for snakes. And I was like, all right, that makes sense. But he goes, if you get bit by a snake, the best thing to do then is just go ahead and catch the snake and bring it with you, so then we know what snake bit you. That's what, and I was like, there's no way that's what you're supposed to do. I've watched Animal Planet. I've never seen someone get bit and then it's like they gotta be like, I gotta catch it now. It's like that's not a show on Animal Planet. It would be on Animal Planet. I was like, I'm not gonna do that, dude. I've never caught a snake in my life. And you want me to get bit and then I gotta get it together and catch a snake for the first time? It's like, it's not gonna go good. He's gonna keep biting me. That's all that's gonna happen. And he goes, it doesn't matter, you've already been bit. And I was like, do you even know what a snake is? It completely matters. There's a huge difference between one bite and probably 30 bites, which is what we will be at if I try to catch this snake. Who told you this? A snake? Is that who? Whose side are you on?